Now, let's talk about the journey of a potato chip. This story doesn't begin in a noisy factory or a shiny bag. No, its origin, its genesis, is much earthier. It all starts in a vast, sprawling field under the wide-open sky. Here, specialized farmers, true masters of the tuber, cultivate specific varieties of potatoes. These aren't just any old potatoes you'd bake or mash. These are chosen for their starch content and shape, meticulously grown to become the perfect chip. They soak up the sun and draw nutrients from the soil, waiting for their moment of destiny. It's a precise agricultural science, ensuring every potato has the potential for greatness. When the time is just right, and the potatoes have reached their peak size and maturity, the harvest begins. Forget a small garden fork. We're talking about massive, impressive harvesting machines that rumble across the fields. These mechanical marvels carefully dig into the earth, lifting the potatoes from their soil beds. They gently shake off the excess dirt before conveying the spuds into large bins. This process is efficient and designed to minimize bruising, because a happy, unblemished potato makes a superior chip. The sheer scale of this operation is something to behold, a testament to modern farming's power. Once harvested, these potatoes don't get to rest for long. Their journey continues almost immediately. They are loaded onto large transport trucks, vehicles dedicated to one mission, delivering the precious cargo to the Lay's factory. Think of these trucks as climate-controlled chariots for our future chips. They maintain the right temperature and humidity to keep the potatoes fresh during transit. This step is critical because the quality of the raw ingredient directly impacts the final product. A potato that gets too hot or too cold can have its starches and sugars change. And that, my friends, is a culinary catastrophe for a chip. Upon arriving at the factory, the trucks pull up to receiving docks, and the potatoes are carefully unloaded. This is where they leave the agricultural world and enter the realm of food, science, and industrial production. They are moved onto conveyor belts, beginning a long and winding trip through the facility. It's like the first day of school for these spuds. They are sorted, inspected, and prepared for the great transformation that awaits them inside. This initial stage ensures that only the best of the best potatoes are allowed to proceed. The journey from field to factory is complete, but the real magic is only just beginning. Now, inside the factory, our potatoes are, to put it bluntly, quite dirty. They've just been pulled from the ground after all. So, their first stop is a bath, but not just any bath. They tumble into a large water flume, a sort of potato-lazy river, that not only cleans them but also helps transport them to the next station. As they move along, powerful jets of water spray them from all angles, washing away every last bit of soil and debris. This is an essential purification ritual. A clean potato is the foundation of a clean-tasting chip, and no compromises are made here. It's a high-pressure wash for a high-stakes snack. After their thorough washing, the potatoes are clean, but still have their skins on. While some rustic chips keep the skin, the classic Lay's chip requires a smooth, uniform surface. This calls for the peeler. The potatoes enter a large, rotating drum that works like a giant vegetable peeler. The inside of this machine is lined with abrasive, carborundum surfaces. As the drum tumbles, the potatoes rub against these rough walls, and their skins are gently but effectively abraded away. It's a surprisingly delicate process, designed to remove only the thin outer layer, preserving as much of the potato flesh as possible for the chip. With the potatoes now naked and clean, they are ready for the most crucial cut of their lives. They travel up another conveyor belt to the slicing station. Here they meet a machine equipped with incredibly sharp, precisely calibrated blades. As the potatoes pass through, the slicer cuts them into paper-thin wafers, each one a uniform thickness. We're talking about a thickness measured in fractions of a millimeter. This consistency is non-negotiable. Why? Because it ensures that every single slice will fry at the same rate, resulting in that perfectly consistent, shatteringly crisp texture we all know and crave in a finished chip. Before they can be fried, these delicate, translucent slices must undergo one final preparatory step. They are given another quick rinse, but this time, the goal is different. This wash is designed to remove the excess surface starch that was released during the slicing process. If this starch were left on, it would cause the slices to stick together in the fryer and could lead to uneven cooking or burnt spots. By washing it away, we guarantee that each slice fries individually, floating freely in the hot oil. This ensures a uniform golden color and that signature light, crispy bite. It's all about setting the stage for a perfect fry. The stage is now set for the main event, the fryer. The washed and prepped potato slices are conveyed into a long, massive trough filled with hot cooking oil. We're talking about a vat that can be over 50 feet long, with the oil maintained at a very specific constant temperature. As the slices enter the oil, they immediately begin to sizzle and dance, releasing their water content as steam. This rapid dehydration is what transforms the soft, pliable potato slice into a rigid, crispy chip. Paddles move slowly through the oil, keeping the slices submerged and ensuring they don't clump together, allowing each one to cook to golden brown perfection. The journey through the hot oil is a quick one, lasting only a few minutes. As the slices travel from one end of the fryer to the other, their color changes from pale white to a beautiful, appetizing gold. The exact cooking time and temperature are monitored by computers to ensure absolute consistency from batch to batch. Once they reach the perfect state of crispiness, the newly born chips are lifted out of the oil by a mesh conveyor belt. This belt allows all the excess oil to drip away, leaving behind a chip that is crispy and light, not heavy or greasy. This is the moment of true transubstantiation. The potato slice is now officially a potato chip, but a plain unsalted chip is a lonely thing. It needs flavor to complete its destiny. As the hot chips emerge from the fryer, they move directly into the seasoning drum. This is a large hollow cylinder that tumbles the chips gently. While they are tumbling, a curtain of seasoning falls upon them. For classic chips, this is a fine mist of salt. For flavored varieties like barbecue or sour cream and onion, a precisely measured blend of powdered seasonings is sprayed evenly over every single chip. The residual heat and slight oiliness of the fresh chips help the seasoning adhere perfectly, creating a uniform coating of flavor. From the seasoning drum, the chips continue their journey on the conveyor belt. This short trip serves a dual purpose. First, it allows the chips a moment to cool down from the heat of the fryer. They need to be at room temperature before they can be packaged, or else condensation could form inside the bag, and nobody wants a soggy chip. Second, it's the final leg of their trip before they face their ultimate judgment. The quality control inspection. The flavor has been applied, the texture is set, and they are now ready to be scrutinized to ensure they meet the high standards required to make it into a bag of Lay's. Now that the chips are cooked, seasoned, and cooled, they must pass one final rigorous test. They travel along a conveyor belt under the watchful eyes of both human inspectors and advanced optical sorting machines. The human workers are trained to spot any imperfections. Chips that are too dark, folded over, or clumped together. At the same time, high-speed cameras scan every single chip, using sophisticated software to identify and remove any that don't meet the color and shape specifications. A quick puff of air is often used to knock the rejected chips off the line, a gentle but firm denial of entry into the bag. Only the best of the best survive this process. Once the chips have passed inspection, they are ready to be packaged. This is where the iconic Lay's bag comes into play. The approved chips are conveyed to a vertical bagging machine. At the top of this machine is a multi-head weigher, a circular apparatus that looks like a metallic flower. It carefully portions out the exact right amount of chips by weight for each bag. The chips are then dropped down a chute into a bag that is formed from a continuous roll of film. Just before the bag is sealed, a puff of nitrogen is injected. This air in the bag isn't just air, it's an inert gas that protects the fragile chips from being crushed and keeps them fresh. With the bags now filled, weighed and sealed, they are officially ready for the outside world. They drop from the bagging machine onto another conveyor belt, where they are organized and prepared for shipping. Robotic arms and factory workers pack the individual bags into larger cardboard boxes. These boxes are then labeled, stacked onto pallets, and wrapped securely for transport. The entire process, from a whole potato to a sealed bag, is a marvel of speed and efficiency, designed to get the freshest possible product from the factory to the store in the shortest amount of time. Finally, the journey that began in a farmer's field comes to its conclusion. The pallets loaded with boxes of Lay's potato chips are loaded onto trucks. These trucks fan out across the country, delivering their delicious cargo to distribution centers and then directly to grocery stores, convenience marts, and vending machines in your neighborhood. The next time you walk down the snack aisle and see that familiar, colorful bag, you'll know the incredible story behind it. From a humble potato to a perfectly crispy, flavorful chip, it's a journey of science, precision, and a little bit of what I like to call good eats.